Photo, breakfast, Smoky Mountains, heading for.
Hi. Well, marching into the Smoky Mountains, about a 70-mile segment with some major climbs ahead, like all day long, and then down a little bit and then up some more. So tried to keep as much weight out of my pack as possible, but it's cold up there, so it's kind of a balancing affair, having what you need to stay warm, but not too much. Enough water, but not too much. So, like everything in life, got to balance. And for all your support, Maryland. And May 3rd, it's day 16. Oh, I better get my horse. Bye.
Bye-bye. Fontana Dam after I drop John off. Beautiful day.
Taking a little break here. Talk about the loyalty and comfort and reassurance of a trusty hat. Marilyn gave me this hat. Marilyn, my wife, gave me this hat years ago. He's been down the 2,200 miles of the Mississippi kayak trip. He's been with me for the 2,650 PCT trek. He's been with me for countless marathon training runs and a few marathons. And now here it's with me on the 2,200 mile Appalachian trail hike for as long as I follow that. It will be with me. And it saved my head the other day. I taped it up from where it ripped through, but man, that cardboard bill helped me slide across some rocks. I'd have tore my head up otherwise. Anyway, my old brother Mike had a blood bucket, he called it. And it was a hat that he wore all through high school and college, painting buildings for my dad, doing all sorts of stuff. Good old brother Mike, he's now an elderly fellow up in Toronto, Canada, writing a book about all his learnings in philosophy across a lifetime. Wish you well, Mike. That's a labor of love. I'm doing the same here. I'm with you in solidarity. Remember when you used to come home at Christmas time, go in there on the green carpet, under the brick windows in the living room? Everyone would gather, and then you'd start playing the piano, entertaining all of us. Beyond the point is the double-hung windows danced in their frames with all the pounding you were doing on the piano. I think that piano was airborne as you played the favorite rousing song, Just Because. It goes like this. Just because you think you're so pretty, just because you think you're so hot, just because you think you got something that nobody else has got, boom, 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 you spend all my money, honey, you think I'm an old Santa Claus. Well, I'm telling you, babe, I'm through with you because, well, just because. Hello, old buddy. Looks like you're providing shelter for others that come along the way. Anybody down there? Hello? Maybe a mountain bluebird? A junco? All right, have a good day, tree. I woke up 3 a.m., unable to sleep anymore. Worried, anxious about this upcoming segment on the trail. and I'm going to be on my own and get up in the middle of nowhere, and you got to make do no matter what. And it just causes me to reflect on all the times in my life where there's been trial and error inevitably, live and learn. I was just thinking that crazy time when I was maybe 3-4 years old, out riding my tricycle in the alley, crunching my way down the gravel, and somehow I found a bottle of those wonderful tasting baby aspirin. And if one is good, more is better. So I ate the whole bottle of aspirin. And I remember my brother had a date, and his date showed up in the car. And I climbed in the back seat behind the driver's seat while it was parked in our house, hid behind the driver's seat out of a sense of having done something I shouldn't have done. And not surprisingly, aspirin caused me to crap my pants. And so I'm in a fetal position behind the driver's seat. Mike gets in with Brother Mike with his date. And before they start the car, they started going like, I smell something bad. They looked over into the back seat, and there were all little Jocko's down there in the feet spot, and they extricated me. I don't know if I ever told my mom. She probably would have figured I might have died. Good thing I didn't. Anyway, I woke up the next morning. Here I am, 65, 70 years later, hiking the AT. I think we're coming up to a edge where I can at least get somewhat of a view of where I'm at. Here in the Smoky Mountains, this is pretty dramatic stuff. Oh, here's a good point. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Check it out. Oh, man. Hello, world. Having a great time. Took that zero yesterday. Spend a dime, save a dollar. I feel like I got tremendous horsepower with these hiking poles. I don't even pause going up this pretty steep pitch. So I'm perfectly fed. The first time in the whole trek, my feet don't hurt. Somehow finally got my feet dialed in. Brought everything I need, but not too much. So feeling comfortable with that. Woke up at 3 a.m. all full of trepidation and anxiety about what awaits me, being way the hell off the grid out here, having to meet my own needs, old timer. But now it's like, dude, you're optimally set for what you're doing and what awaits. So keep shining, son. That's the main thing. Other than that, I got everything else nailed. Hope your life journey is not anxiety ridden, and you got some self-belief, and some awaiting success is soon to arrive for you. Okay, I can't believe it. We have here Victor Wimbayana. I met him on the trail up down to Stokoa Gap a couple days ago, and he's got a story he's going to tell me about how he lost his coat. And the lad's from France. He's a winsome guy. He gave me some Werther's candies in memory of his grandma that used to give those to him. So across the continents, we're all one of the same. Anyway, get a load of this. Victor's going to tell, or Cheese Man, or Goat's Milk, or Backtrack. He's got all sorts of names. He's going to tell you the story in French of the day we met.
Oui, alors 3 jours auparavant, je me suis rendu compte un soir que j'avais oublié mon sac d'habits à mon abri précédent, qui était 25 km ou 15 miles en arrière. Fait que le matin suivant, le jour où j'ai rencontré Franco, j'ai pris mes affaires, mon gros sac sans mes habits, et je suis allé à la recherche de mon petit sac d'habits. Et donc en courant dans les montagnes et entre deux arbres, j'ai rencontré Franco avant de retrouver mon sac. Et voici 3 jours plus tard où on se retrouve dans les Smoky Mountains. Et voilà.
Up here in the Smoky Mountains, about 10 miles in, maybe 8, 9, 10. Don't forget your poles, buddy. Here we are at a scarce water spot, and there's a nice little leaf. I can collect right off of that with my bottle here, and then squeeze the bottle through a filter into my smart water bottle, and I'll have 3/4 of a liter of very important water. This is how it's done. Someone planted that leaf there, or tongue as they're called, to facilitate the gathering of water. If that tongue wasn't there, you'd have no way to get it. So that's great ingenuity. Hi. I'll just step back and reapproach this pile on the ground right smack dab in the middle of the trail. That's a mammoth pile of bear crap. So, this rumor there's bear in the woods here, I think it's confirmed. And yes, a bear does shit in the woods. There's the Spencer Field shelter, but it was pretty filled up with people. Anyway, so I'm going to set up my tent here in this area, and we'll take a picture after we get it done. 17-mile day, I think, 16 or 17, so it'll be good to eat up some of that food, put the rest up the way on a bear hang, as this place is filled with bears. 6 o'clock in the evening. Here's my camp on the Appalachian Trail. Here's my 1.5 pound Z-Pax tent on a slope, but looking pretty good. Got my sleeping bag rolled out there on a pad. Got my backpack on top of that. Got my clothes. Got everything I need in there. And I'm going to make my meal now. Cheesy macaroni, creamy macaroni. Then I'm going to hoist all of the rest of the food up on a bear cable to keep the marauding black bears from taking my grub. Way up in the Smoky Mountains. Well, here we are at my first bear cable hang. There's my bag right up there. The pulley is pretty temperamental right there, but managed to pull it up there and then get that cable hooked into this eye right here on the tree. So no food, no nothing in my tent, complying with Smoky Mountains park ranger requirements, rules and regs. Almost time for bed. People are sleeping in the shelter, but to spare them from my nocturnal urinary habits, I've pitched the tent down over the way. First night in the Smoky Mountains in my little blue tent. I got some filtered water here from the stream for carrying tomorrow on my 17-mile hike. There's my backpack stove. There's the little pot to heat it in. There's a collapsible bottle, which is easy to collect water from the stream because you can get a nice angle at a small drip and get it to fill. I'm eating some trail mix that I made at home in Minnesota. get some calories in me because it's going to get pretty cold out tonight, down to maybe freezing, maybe lower, and not much wind now. Here's my place. Got some different things back there to make a pillow out of. I'm going to floss my teeth. Everything is great. Got about 16, 17 miles in today, and do the same tomorrow and get to Klingman's Dome, which I believe is one of the highest, if not the highest, elevations on the entire Appalachian Trail at 6,500 feet, something like that. See you in the morning. I slept pretty cold last night. I don't think I had quite enough calories. I had all my food up on the bear bag. So, airing out my sleeping bag, getting the humidity out of it. I'm gonna have some breakfast here, fill up my pack, get some more water, and be on the trail. I'm gonna have some veggie chorizo breakfast scramble here momentarily. I got a couple little pouches of coffee and got my water there for making the coffee. Got a good boil going here. Time to make some breakfast. Up at the crack of dawn, plugged up the crack, went back to bed, and the birds started singing, and they awakened me. So I've been hiking the past half hour, 45 minutes. Major climb up from where I tented last night called Spencefield Ridge. And here is the sun illuminating the mountains here in the Appalachian AT. Got some more hill climbing to do, but you can see the bush tops end there a couple hundred feet up, so it can't be too much further, and I might be treated to a grand view. Let's grab those poles and get going. Get us to a summit, and we are rewarded with such. Check this out, I'll bring you along with me. No more bushes up here. We arrived at the top of a mountain top. And here's what we see. The trail continues that way. I'll do a 360. So relieved, it's sunny and blue. Wow, look at that. Miles and miles of mountains. That deer has some very strong legs, and it looks like it's a doe. And from her underbelly there, she's not long to delivering maybe 2 fawns, needing to nourish herself on all these sedge grasses. Oh, aren't you a colorful friend on the trail? Wow. Down there in your own little world, rustling through the leaves. Good job. You're a good hiker. Must be going to Fargo, North Dakota. Evening flight, as Joe used to say, as we're out fishing on ottertail. Coming from that way, it's been an ass-kicking climb. 7 miles today up the Smokies. Took forever despite ferocious effort. So I'm about 7-8 miles now, and I got about 10 more to go. Here's Siler's Bald Shelter, S-I-L-E-R-S, Siler's Bald Shelter. Got a big tarp hanging down on the front to keep out the wind, presumably, of the barracks inside there for the campers at night. I don't see any campers around here right now. Here we are in Enchanted Forest. First pine forest I've seen on the trail.
So look at this little observation tower. Hiked from my car 0.5, and this is right on the Appalachian Trail. So I'm meeting John here, and it's called Kuwohai Dome Tower, and I think this is the highest point on the Appalachian Trail, and I think John might be down coming in, so I'm gonna see it with him, so I'll try to go down the path and find him.
3:50 in the afternoon on May 4th. Treat you a little view here to the right of the trail. Way up in the elevation, up by Klingsman Dome. This is the steepest climb of the entire hike, and my body knows it. 1 more mile to go to the trailhead.
John, this way. Pretty nice path with this opening. Just coming up the trail. Is what I get for beating up with him. Hey. Hey.